Oh, sorry. I already fixed that. Can you hear me now? Anyway, I said it's tomorrow exactly in 5 hours and 25 minutes. I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. Honestly, that was real bad. Okay. Okay, I think. Okay, sorry. So, anyway, it's exactly 10 years since this happened when the Kings took James Taft, Jimmer Fredette over Clay Thompson. Yeah, okay, think that works. So it's tomorrow exactly in 5 hours and 23 minutes. It's officially 10 years since this. And well, this is one of the biggest Kings busts of all times, and they're or his rivals. So I get to do this. I get to do this, and also, well, they did draft Isaiah Thomas as the last pick of the draft, but you seriously took Fredette over Thompson? Well, I get Fredette had a good senior season at BYU, but come on now, you took. Well, he didn't even translate to the pros. That you couldn't even trade him after that. Anyway, I'm done since there's probably no Kings fan in the stream anyway, so I'm done with that. And I'm gonna post a StreamYard link if you want to join the stream. So I like the new fawning. So I like the new fawning that StreamYard uses actually. Oh, so you can join. Here's the StreamYard link. Yeah, it's like a meme, but technically, yes, it is. So let's see. Yes, it's pretty much that basketball team decided to draft a bad player, a good one. But anyway, I'm going to leave the stream link if people want to join the stream. Okay. Hey, Redder. So what's up? So, all right. So this is pretty much going to be a hangout stream. I just took the quick little minute to trash talk the Kings there, and then we're going to be a hangout stream pretty much.
NFL training camp has started.
Really? Let me check. Oh yeah, we did have training camp today. I'm really glad we re-signed Wagner. We needed that because we need that for our defensive line. He's really good. I still do not know when. I still do not where, or honestly, I do not know if Sherman's ever gonna get re-signed or signed at all anywhere after.
I think he will.
Like the thing is, yeah, I know. Like the thing is with him is like pretty much. He said he did not want to re-sign with the 49ers. I think he said that somewhere. And then after this, I'm not sure what teams, if there's going to be any team that's going to contact him.
Do you know where he went to college?
What? Oh, yes. Yes, he went to Stanford. He went to Stanford.
Oh. Hey, Danny.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he went to Stanford, and he used to be a wide receiver. So he eventually switched to cornerback. But he used to be a wide receiver at Stanford, and he played in 2007 as a wide receiver against USC. And he caught a 4th down and 20 pass, which ended up being the game winner for what ended up the game-winning drive for Stanford when they got a touchdown, and then they picked off USC, and then they ended up winning in the 2007 game, which is the craziest year ever.
What's UCLA's greatest season ever?
Probably 1954 when they won the national championship. If we're going more recently, then 1998 or 20. No, not 2014, but 1998 if we're going most recent, and then 1954 was when we won the national title. I can show. Give me a second. I can show you where 1990, no, 1954. Okay, so give me a second while I'm doing this. So here's where we finished 9-0 in the year, and we destroyed everyone in a combined score of every single game, 367 to 40. And then we only allowed 6 points in our last 5 games. Closest
That was
game
a
was,
great team.
yeah. Closest game was against Washington. Biggest blowout was against the team that no longer exists. But a team that do exist in Oregon State. The 2 ranked opponents we play, we beat Maryland 12-7 and USC 34-0. That was our national title season because we did end up. Okay.
Alabama has had many winning seasons. I can't even pick one. Probably 2020 is their best.
All right, well, let me check. I think 2006 was the last time Alabama went lower than. That was the last time they had a losing season, I think, because in 2007 they went 6-7, but did go bowling. So I'm not gonna.
That was Nick Saban's first year.
Yeah, that was Nick Saban's first year. Then his second year just took off and he almost won it all. Actually,
They lost in 2010 to South Carolina.
Yeah, I did see that. Honestly, I'm not really sure. Like at South Carolina, I get South Carolina and was pretty good that season, but I don't. Let me check Alabama of
Spurrier
2010.
was a great head coach.
Yeah, he was. Steve Spurrier was really good. Let me see. Alabama. They still had Greg McElroy at senior, so that's interesting. Their first loss, they lost to pretty much all their main rivals except Florida and Tennessee. Well, technically half, as you know. And so, well, Tennessee isn't pretty much. Well, it's a rivalry, but the only reason of that is because the third Saturday in October, and then they were number 1 up until that game. Then they were number 8, beat Ole Miss in homecoming, beat Tennessee at Tennessee, lose to LSU, beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State was ranked in 2010. That's interesting. And they lose to Auburn by 1, and then beat Michigan State when they used to be good. So, wow.
Yeah, it wasn't 2007. Wasn't
Yeah.
But South Carolina, people are like Shane Beamer is a great head coach. He's never even been a head coach.
Yeah.
People he's going to be one, and he's not though.
I mean, it's a gimmick. I just realized in 2010, every single West Division team other than Ole Miss was ranked in 2010. And from the East Division, only South Carolina, who was 22, ended up ranked. So, like, Georgia was 6-7 in 2010.
Yeah, I rewatched South Carolina versus Alabama 2010 a few days ago. It was on SEC Network.
Yeah. Hey, Carter, thank you for coming to the stream. So we were just talking about the 2010 season of.
Yeah, I was watching the stream.
I don't know why it's 0 views if we have had people watch this stream. So, like, 0 views now. So I don't know why that is. Arkansas was really good.
That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird sometimes. That's usually what YouTube is. YouTube is kind of dumb sometimes.
All right, now it says we have 1 viewer. So Arkansas was really good in 2010. They almost beat Bama. They took Auburn to the wire, even though they lost by 22 because Auburn scored 65 and then lost to Ohio State in the bowl game.
Wait, Boise State was good in 2010.
Yeah, Boise State was actually pretty good.
Yeah, let me check Boise State 2010. Buddy, you're not connected to like the Buddy Norris. You're not connected to like the stream, so like you need to connect your microphone or whatever.
Yeah, they were 12-1. They beat Utah in the MAC.
Utah was good also.
Yeah, Utah was really good when they were in the Mountain West. Let me see. Boise State had a lot of seasons. If they finished undefeated, they would have made the BCS, but then lose to insert random opponent here. Like, for example, 2010, they lost to Nevada.
Yeah, and I think in like 2008, I think it was they lost to I think they lost to Hawaii and yeah,
Yeah,
Hawaii.
2009. I do not know why they didn't make it. Well, they did. Well, they beat Oregon, and that was their only ranked opponent. But they beat Oregon, and they beat TCU. I think it's yeah. Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because Antelope Sports. Thank you for coming to stream. So like, hey Ethan, thank you for coming to stream. I didn't see that. I'm not seeing the concert. I'm looking at like Poised there right now. So like, then I think I know what. Like, I think Cincinnati had a better chance than Boise State in 2009. Let me check. Even though they got destroyed by Florida. If Texas loses to Nebraska in the Big 12 championship, then Cincinnati plays against Bama in the bowl game in the championship. I think it was,
Yeah,
or
I think it was.
TCU. Yeah, or TCU, who at the time of the bowl game before playing Boise State was number 3. So, and then 2008, I'm going to be checking that. So 2008, they actually their loss was to TCU in a bowl game, so that doesn't really matter. 2007, that was when they lost to Hawaii. 2007 is when they lost to
Yeah,
Hawaii.
2007 was like a miracle season for Hawaii.
Yeah,
I think they made a
I think it's good. I think the new policy is good because they're pretty much telling the players, okay, you can choose if you get vaccinated, but this is what's going to happen if you can't play, and you're going to lose if you can't play because we gave you the chance. We gave you the chance to get vaccinated and therefore be able to play, but since you didn't, now you have to face the consequences of your decision, and therefore, I think it's good. I think that's a good policy by the NFL because they're basically
Yeah,
saying,
it's a pretty good policy. It's not bad.
yeah,
Did you hear
yeah,
about DeAndre Hopkins?
yeah. He deleted a tweet. He said he deleted a tweet and then he put freedom in another tweet with question mark like and he just says freedom and like I don't really get why he did that. Like I know why he did that, but like I don't really with what intent he did that, or like because I know why he did it, but I don't.
He ain't gonna retire.
Nah, he's not gonna retire.
Yeah.
He's
But-
just saying that to make people think like he's actually going to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's what he usually does.
yeah, he's not going to retire. If anything, maybe then the Cardinals are probably not gonna. They're probably gonna. Well, actually, I do not know what the Cardinals are gonna do then. Like maybe they can say, okay, you're not on the roster. Then I don't think they're gonna do that.
Cardinals
but,
are dead if they lose him.
Yeah, I know. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But what do you think they do if they do anything? That's what I meant. If they do anything about DeAndre Hopkins, that's what I meant.
James Conner was a horrible sign. I don't care how much million you give him. I don't care.
Yeah. So, hey Samuel Pate, thank you for coming to the stream. So, also by the way, this Saturday I'm probably going to be doing. I'm going to be doing trivia this Saturday, but I'm not really sure. You know what?
What?
Oh no, what topic it's going to be technically.
Oh, I could probably.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to change my PFP to that.
That is kind of funny though. I'm not gonna lie. I might change my Discord PFP to it.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Bro, the Timberwolves really chose Johnny Flynn over Stephen Curry and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
They
they're
also had a chance at not Giannis. They also had a chance at LeBron. No, I'm so dumb.
no, they did not have a chance at LeBron because technically, because they technically attempted in 1999 or something. They tried to sign Joe Smith illegally, but like in doing so, the NBA found out, and therefore they were forced to forfeit 5 draft picks, which included the 2003 draft pick. But anyway, let me see what the the Timberwolves did miss out on. Oh yes, the Kraken are actually coming, and
Yeah, the Kraken is. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to a Seattle Kraken versus Golden Knights game.
The stadium's going to be loud. They're probably going to be one of the loudest stadiums because Seattle fans are always hyped about their sports teams. Soon they're going to get.
What's that
Soon they're gonna
stadium?
get
What
CenturyLink
sport
Field
is the stadium?
It's hockey. This is hockey.
It's a hockey field. Hold up. I gotta see.
Wait, what's Seattle's hockey team?
The Kraken.
Oh,
So Seattle, they're gonna play in Clitmate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, it's a really.
So they're gonna play in the Key Arena, which is gonna be the Climate Pledge Arena. And like, hey, faggot, thank you for coming to the stream. Oh, the game is in Vegas.
The game's in Vegas. The game's in Vegas. I'm probably gonna go. That's the thing. I'm probably gonna go.
All right, like since Seattle got a hockey team, I think they're gonna get their NBA team back by 2025 probably, or earlier. Since
Either Las Vegas or Seattle is gonna get their team.
I think they're gonna give Seattle and Las Vegas a team, and then move Memphis to the East or something to make it 16-16.
Yeah, that's smart. Move them to the East.
So let's see what the T-Wolves missed out on. So they missed out. Well, actually, they got Kevin Love, so I'm not going to say the 2008 draft. 2009 draft, they missed Curry and DeRozan. Let's see what they missed 2010. In 2010, they picked Wesley Johnson over Gordon Hayward and Paul George. In 2011, they picked Derek Williams over Kemba Walker and the same Klay Thompson.
It's funny how the Timberwolves could have had Giannis.
They could have had a dynasty
They could
instead
have
of
had
Big Boss.
Giannis, Curry, DeMarcus Cousins, and Russell Westbrook.
No, they couldn't have had Russell Westbrook because they traded for Kevin Love in the same draft. But
True. Let me see. So
Memphis could have had here's the thing: Memphis could have had Westbrook and Harden actually because they had the third pick, which they traded because they picked Kevin Love and then they traded him to. No, wait, sorry, I'm gonna check the draft again.
They could have probably taken him if they didn't trade. They traded OJ Mayo for Kevin.
So in 2008, actually, if the Grizzlies don't make that trade, they have Kevin Love and they had the chance to get James Harden because they picked not Van Vliet. They picked who was it? I don't even remember his name. That's how bad of a bust he is. They picked Hasheem Thabeet over James Harden, Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Jeff Teague, and the list only continues.
It was actually pretty embarrassing. Minnesota also could have had Jokic, but they drafted Glenn Robinson with a pick before Jokic.
Yeah, technically Patrick Beverley was a second rounder, so I'm gonna give them a pass on that. But the beat was such a bust that they could have had picked. They could have picked Beverly instead, and it would be an okayish pick. The Kings are probably the worst drafting team this entire decade because at least the T-Wolves drafted. No, that wasn't even a draft. They traded for Anthony Wiggins. And they traded for Wiggins, I'm pretty sure. So that wasn't even a pick. So the T-Wolves are the worst drafting team then, and the Kings are second.
The Kings could have had
the Warriors. Yeah, the Kings could have had the Warriors dynasty pretty much.
They could have had Luka. They could have had Giannis, Kawhi, Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, sure. What time do you want to play it? Because I was actually going to ask you tomorrow. So pretty much, the Kings, they could have had pretty much every single Warriors player that the Warriors drafted because the Warriors drafted their dynasty. They could have had Curry. I'm going to give them a pass because they drafted Tyreek Evans, who was good, really good in his rookie year.
Yeah, but they just set him up for failure.
Yeah, they set him up for the fail. Yeah, because they played him out of position. They tried to make him a power forward, I think, when he was a shooting guard. So I'm going to give them a pass on that because it was a failure rather than a draft bust. But then they draft DeMarcus Cousins was a good pick. So that's
DeMarcus Cousins was the first ever good pick that they actually took.
Yeah. Then they trade for Jimmer Fredette, bust. In 2012, the Kings, they picked Thomas Robinson over Damian Lillard and Andrew Drummond. And Harrison Barnes, like he wasn't as important to the Warriors dynasty, but Harrison Barnes should have been a pick that they passed out on. Then 2013, they pick McLemore
And
over
they could have picked
over
Giannis.
Giannis.
In
AM
20,
Smith, they were coming
yeah.
to stream. Yeah, they
In
picked. Well,
2011, they picked Bismack Biyombo over Kawhi Leonard, which is like.
yeah,
He's
Kawhi
also-
Leonard was also in that draft.
But
So they picked McLemore over Steven Adams and Giannis. And as well as if we go further, they could have also had Rudy Gobert, who was 27th.
Rudy Gobert. Okay. But I'll give him a pass on the Giannis one because Giannis is like.
He was
like
like no one knew he was gonna be good until he
was
really
a risk.
became
He was
good.
like a super risk. He was a risk.
Yeah, he was a risk.
And then
Yeah,
they took
because
Nick Stauskas over.
yeah, and
Zach
then that was
LaVine.
pretty much that was one of the biggest draft fails ever because I watched a video and they said that their GM brought a lot of outsiders who were heavily based on analytics, and then even they said to draft Elfrid Payton, who isn't that good, but like he was a much better player than Nick Stauskas. They drafted Elfrid Payton. They would have drafted Elfrid Payton. Yeah, they traded Mo Williams for Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna make a video on what if they don't do that. They would have had Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin.
They had the Lob City Clippers basically.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
All right. So like, yeah, they could have had that big four. That would have been an amazing dynasty, probably.
They could have also took Luka, but like, I mean, Marvin Bagley was okay.
Marvin Bagley
Luka was
okay.
a risk. Luka was like overseas. He was a super risk to take him.
Luka was probably the most hyped up prospect, and for good reason. But like, I heard rumors that he would have wanted to get traded and would have stayed in Europe if the Kings took him. So I'm going to give them a pass on that. But they still missed off for Trey, so that's not a pass.
They also missed off of Bam Adebayo. They drafted Zach Collins, who's a free agent now. No cost. They also missed on Devin Booker, who is like super hyped up. He fell in the draft because like an injury, I think.
Let me see.
Devin
Booker fell to the 13th pick. He fell to the 13th pick. Honestly, and they picked Willie Cauley-Stein at the Kings in the 6th pick. Let me see. Let's see. Their best pick in this entire decade has been De'Aaron Fox, and we still don't even know if he's going to be a good player or not. So
actually, it was probably Cousins, and then but next it's probably Cousins.
Actually,
Cousins,
Isaiah Thomas was a second rounder, so he was the last pick of the 2011 draft. So that's their best pick, and then DeMarcus Cousins, and then De'Aaron Fox. So that's the top 3 of their picks.
That's the biggest steal. That's the biggest steal of the draft, though.
Yeah.
They couldn't even develop Isaiah Thomas, though. That's kind of not even good. I can't even really. They couldn't even develop him. They literally just traded him.
Who is a bigger bust, Nick Stauskas or Anthony Bennett, in your opinion?
If I was biased, I'd say Nick Stauskas, but like since I'm like not that biased, I'll say Anthony Bennett. He was so trash, or he was good for UNLV, but he
actually got the chance to play with LeBron since technically the first 4 picks. No wait, I think the first 4 picks of that 2013 draft ended up playing with LeBron, like 3 of the top 4, which was Anthony Bennett, Iman Shumpert, and then someone else. Or if not, that was it was Anthony. No, that was the 2011 draft. So it was Kyrie, Shumpert, and someone else, Tristan Thompson, who was the 4th pick. So 3 of that top 5,
The Cavs also could have been super good, though. The Cavs could have been super good. but nobody
So
wanted.
the Cavs missed out on Clay pretty much because they did not need a point guard since they literally had just taken Irving, so they wouldn't need another point guard.
And Clay was like, Kyrie was clear. Kyrie was clearly the number 1 overall pick in that draft. Though.
Yeah, that's facts. He was pretty much the best player. The Clippers could have had a big four, as they could have had the big four, but instead they traded for Mo Williams. But if they draft Kyrie, here's the thing: if they draft Kyrie, then maybe the Pelicans/Hornets ask for Kyrie for Paul instead of all the stuff that the Clippers gave for Paul, because Kyrie is better than all those players. I think they do that, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
But
true.
but I'm not really sure. But if the original deal still somehow goes through, then they have Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin. That would be a scary lineup.
That is so scary. That's very scary.
Yeah, it's really scary. The West, yeah, and they're probably like, yeah, that's probably the most scariest team in the West. But yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's speaking of that, I'm doing a basketball general manager dynasty and seeing what would happen if they did that. And right now, I think I've won 5 out of 7 seasons. Not with the same roster, because for some reason in BBGM, free agency unrestricted free agency does not exist, and therefore
That's weird.
yeah, and therefore I was able to get Kevin Durant, even though he would have been restricted free agent, and same as James Harden would have been a restricted free agent, but instead, it would have been instead it would have been that. So
Yeah.
yeah, actually, I'm gonna be doing. Give me a sec. So they finally included the draft option for the 2021 season. So I'm going to see what I can do with the Warriors for the 2021 draft for our 2 picks to see what is still available. I'm going to draft by potential instead of actually drafting really what we should draft. I'm just going to say potential here, but we're probably going to draft different stuff. Let's see.
I gotta see, is it NBA Draft Simulator? I think it's called.
No, it's basketball GM. Just Google BBGM and it'll appear there. Okay, I'm gonna create a league.
This site might be hacked. Hey, yo. Okay.
Give me a second, please. Let me share my screen.
Hello.
So here's this. So this is what I have. So I'm gonna put Warriors draft. So this is a thing, and then I'm gonna change the team to. They're called the Unicorns in this. And create the league, and they didn't do that until after the lottery. I think they were. Let me see if I can change the lottery in any way.
Okay, I have to make a new league. I think.
What? Sorry.
I think I have to make a new league in order to do this.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna create another new league technically. So I'm gonna create technically another new league so I can do the draft lottery. If that, yes, it allows me to do it. So I'm gonna just put draft lottery and see if I can change the lottery at all, and then delete this league once I'm in. Let's see if it gives me the actual protected pick instead of saying Timberwolves pick. Hey Elias, thank you for coming to the stream.
Hello. Alright, I'm gonna start doing my mock draft. The first pick in the 2021 NBA draft is the Detroit Pistons select.
Cade Cunningham, the most obvious pick ever.
With the second pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Jalen Green.
Is this echoing?
No, not really. Oh, and my brother's here, by the way, because if he wanted me to tell you that for some reason.
with the third pick in the
Wow,
2021 NBA
Buchanan is
draft.
50-70 overall. That's
Evan
amazing.
Mobley.
And draft Usman Garuba next. Wow, this is a really good draft that I'm doing
With
right
the
now.
fourth pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select
Wait.
Jalen Suggs.
No, you were not supposed to do. What did you do? Oh. Oh. Wait. Oh, okay. No.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh. Okay. Never
I'm
mind.
gonna
So
take
okay, I'm gonna have to do it.
Kuminga.
Okay. So
They
I
both
did
got
not
the same
lose my
hairstyle.
progress.
The
I
Thunder
almost.
select.
I almost thought I lost my progress for the draft.
I'm gonna
Wait.
select Scotty Barnes.
What? Where's the? Wait. Hold up. So I have Book Knight, Garuba. Oh wait, those are the only two picks the Warriors will have for this draft. So never mind. So I did the draft already. I got a 50-70, which is really good. Book Knight is really good in this
With the
export
10th pick,
apparently.
they select. Okay, let's get through the draft. I want to see what my team will do. Wow, I did pretty good.
Okay, yes, this pick is not protected. So here we go. Jump? No, it did not jump the Warriors. I wanted to. We're gonna end 8th and 14th, which is worse. Houston ended 5th in this lottery.
Oh wow! I'm gonna see what I do for the lottery. I'm gonna do like NBA lottery simulator. That like simulates.
No, like you can end it. You can do the lottery in the basketball general manager, but like trying to see. Wait.
That's cool.
Wait. Okay. Gonna import with real players and things. So
Remember Clippers? I think they could have had, but they traded it. They don't need Kyrie Irving. They got Kawhi Leonard now.
no, we meant like in 2011 because they traded Mo Williams for Kyrie Irving, like the draft rights. Because in 2011 they got Mo Williams in exchange for Baron Davis and a first rounder, and that first rounder ended up being Kyrie Irving, which the Cavs selected first overall, which was with the Clippers pick. So that's why we said that. It's got to jump with my team this time. Yes. So the Warriors are in the top 4.
Good.
We landed 1 in the draft. So I did a draft lottery again, and it landed 1 in the draft. So now I'm going to draft Cade first overall. And so I drafted Cade, even though technically the Warriors don't need him. I'm going to draft.
Yeah, but you could definitely work it out. You could probably put Cade at shooting guard, small forward.
Yeah, like technically, just playing around with this basketball. Like, whoa, the Warriors are 57 million over the cap according to this thing.
Whoa, the Cavs actually got the number 1 overall pick in this one.
Whoa, bruh, Curry and I mean, they deserve those contracts, but Curry and Thompson combined are 78 million in basketball general manager.
They apparently this stupid game thinks that the Jazz will win the lottery.
I don't have cap space at all. I'm gonna have to re-sign Kelly Oubre Jr. because he's good. So he's good. So that's the only player I'm gonna re-sign. And I'm 64. I'm 64 million over the cap space, actually.
Wow, the Kings actually got the first overall pick this time.
So they're gonna draft. Oh my! The Kings are not gonna pick up. Watch them pick. Watch them pick Jalen Suggs first overall instead of Cade, and he ends up picking up on.
Honestly, they probably pick Evan Mobley first.
Let me see what I can do to.
The Warriors
break.
are jumped up all the way to 2 from number 14 overall pick. That's kind of crazy.
So we drafted. So we jumped to number 2.
Yep. So you're probably gonna pick Jalen Green or Evan Mobley.
So we're probably gonna take Green or Evan Mobley or Suggs, or any of those 3.
Yeah.
So
wow,
I'm
the
gonna
Raptors jumped up to 1 this time.
Let me trade Toscano Anderson.
Wow, the Warriors jumped up to number 3 again. Where's the Warriors' luck?
Well, I can't trade Damian Lee because in real life we're not going to trade him because of, so we're not going to trade him. And their only offer is for no real Pels or whatever.
Bruh.
Wow, New York.
Wow, the Bulls got the #1 overall pick.
What a shocker. Man, just kidding. What a shocker, though. All right, let's see. Anyone I can pick up in free agents, please. Anyone in free agency I can get. Reggie Jackson, who's good. And then, even though old, and then I'm going to draft. No, I'm pick up, actually, Abel Nader. So now I'm going to go sim this and just see how much Cade progresses. I think we're the #1. No, we're the #9 spending team. I need to fix that because otherwise Cade is not going to progress.
Yeah.
Because the
Okay,
more you
I
spend, the
have
more
to,
progression you do.
I have to
Almost
go.
everyone's 45 on it. What?
I think I'm going to end the stream because not much people are watching. So thank you to everyone who watched the stream, and I'll see you very
Bye.
soon. Peace out, y'all.